Hello, hello, this is Simone. Today I am sharing a process video that I created for the Stash Bash YouTube hop. The topic for this month is die cuts, and I am going to create my own cut file, so to speak. I'm just using a plate and I'm going to make a pie chart. And for that, I am going to use my ruler and my pencil, and I'm just going to look where I want to have paper and where I want to have the pie pieces. So I am just starting by making different. I didn't want them to be the same size, and I wanted to not I wanted some space left for my photo. And what I'm having in mind is what I have been seeing a lot from Kat Martin is probably the inspiration or the idea giver for this layout. She creates layouts where she pops up her whole paper, and then just some things are behind that. And that's the idea that I had here. So this is probably the template. I'm not sure at this point if I'm going to use a white background or if I'm going to use a pattern paper as a background, but that is the template that I'm creating. So what I did was I just made the pie pieces, and then I added parallel lines to each of them to have thicker lines in the middle. If I hadn't added those lines, I wouldn't have lines for the pie charts. You know what I mean? And it's not 100% right, because I didn't measure it out. I didn't do any, I didn't even measure the center point of the circle. I just eyeballed it. And that's totally okay because it's a scrapbooking layout and not a math masterpiece. I'm numbering them because I want to, now guess what? I want to fill each of those pie pieces with die cuts. I'm showing you my die cut storage here. I have seen this before. It is a photo box container, an iris container. It holds 4x6 photos. And in the beginning, when I started keeping my die cuts like that in those iris containers, I had them sorted by color, but that didn't really work. So I again sorted them, and now I have them in sorted by manufacturers, and sometimes like Chimel and Dear Lizzie and Amy Tan, those are all American crafts, but those are in different containers. And yeah, so going through my box, and I took the color inspiration. That's something that is also very me. I always take inspiration for the colors from the photo. So this was a photo in front of a concrete wall. After my sons got a haircut, I took a photo of them right in front of the hair salon, and each one of them had a different colored shirt. So my son wore an orange one, the youngest, the oldest a blue one, and the middle one a green one. And so I decided, oh, I'm just going to make 3 pie charts and filling them with random die cuts in all of those 3 colors. And while I was going through the die cuts, whenever I saw something that I might not want to put onto the pie pieces, but maybe use for layering, like this journaling spot right here that is from the On a Whim collection from Amy Tan, then I'm just pulling it out and putting it to the side. So now I wasn't really sure how I was going to go about it. Do I lay it all out first? Do I look at it? Does it work? Do I have enough green die cuts or not? And what I definitely found was that I didn't think I had enough green ones. So I also pulled out, I had the die cuts from the Coco Daisy planner kit out there, and I hadn't used any of them. So I decided, oops, maybe if I find something that is green, I could use them in here too. And then instead of laying it out again, I'm just going to put everything down. And yeah, what I was no, I'm thinking, I made this last week, so I'm thinking I did not choose anything. I just chose green die cuts. I didn't look if I was maybe going to use them on a layout or not, because I figure I'm going to get more die cuts every time I buy stuff. Every time I purchase kits, I will get die cuts. I still have so many unopened die cuts that I don't even have in those boxes yet. Every time I open up one and start using it, then it gets put into those boxes. But as long as they are still in their original form, not putting them in there. So I still have unopened packs, and that is why I decided everything that works is going to be put down, even if there might be a layout in the future where I can use exactly that. So now let's think. What I wasn't really sure how I was going to do this now, and so instead of fuzzing with this, or maybe I'm just going to cut around the edges of the pie. And as you see, I just used each of those pie pieces to create the pie pieces. I just stuck it on them, and then I was able to cut it out and place them on the paper. Again, I'm laying everything out and I'm gluing everything down. And those Vicky Bouton ones, they were really big, so they covered a lot of real estate, which was really great because even though I thought I had a lot, I kind of didn't. So I'm going into all of those die cuts that I have: Fancy Pants, Vicky Bouton, Pretty Little Studio, and I'm pulling out. So of those I had actually 2 of those drops. Maybe it was accidental, but yeah. So I had 2 of them, and I just used one because I don't need 2. I don't even know if I needed 1 actually. I think it says go with the flow, and I don't want to go with the flow, even though I'm creating a layout that someone else did. I don't really, is this a thing that we want to do? Go with the flow? Isn't standing out and being different something that we all strive to be? I don't know. Okay, that was a random thought. So for all the die cuts that are a bit skinnier, I'm using this Prima glue pen, and I love it. It sticks so well, better than any of glue sticks I had before. And I'm so sad. This is the last one I have, and then I need to find if scrapbook.com restocked them. Yeah, my friend Susanna sent some to me, but this is the last one I'm on right now. So what you will notice later on is that I moved the scooter because it's such a, it is something that is a thing, and it looks really weird upside down like that. So I'm going to move it down a bit. I thought by sticking them all down, they would kind of lose their thingness, like you wouldn't be able to recognize what it is, but since it's right on top, it's so noticeable, and I didn't really want them to lose their shape or to fit in and blend into the background. It's totally okay that it doesn't, but it's just weird that it's kind of upside down. So I'm actually getting to use some of the die cuts. The one that says "You Make Me" and the feather, they are from I think it's the it's an Amy Tangerine collection. I think it was that came out in 2014, one where a lot of cross stitch die cuts were included, and I don't even know, was it called stitched? Maybe, maybe not. So yeah, again, I was missing a red piece here, and I was able to find one in the Vicky Booten die cut set. Yay, go Vicky. And this rocket, I really liked it, but it didn't really fit in there. And so I decided maybe I'll leave it. So I have a pile right to the left of the layout that I wasn't able to fit onto the pies. And so I might be able to use them to decorate the layout, because I don't regard the pie pieces as decoration. They are part of the background. So now I'm looking for the paper, for a paper, because I decided I want a pattern paper, but I don't want it to be really colorful. I wanted to take a step back but enhance the die cut, the pie chart, and all of that. And yeah, I am settling on this one. I really like it. I wasn't sure if I was going to use it because the concrete wall is brownish, but I think it turns out really great in the end. So now I am struggling with this. I'm not struggling. I'm not really sure if I'm going to use the template correctly, so I need to check it twice, and then I'm using my cutter to cut the pie pieces out. And unfortunately, once I'm done with this, I think I have my camera on, but I don't. So I'm going to tell you what I did then. I started to layer pattern papers behind my photo. I also add the Hey Hey die cut piece the journaling spot behind my photo. I add even more die cuts. I pull out the title, and I'm going to use different alphas in my title because that's another thing that I really, really love doing. And so I'm going to create the title with alpha or thickers and alpha stickers around the outer edge of the circle to make it stand out more, or yeah, to form the circle more. Then I'm adding some die cuts into the title, and you will see that soon. And then I have a bit of an empty space, and I'm not really sure when my camera starts, when I notice that I forgot to film. But you can see that right here. Yeah, exactly. So I layered papers behind my photo, and if you look closely, one of the pattern papers is actually brown. So I'm mixing this grayish black and white pattern paper with brown, and I actually think it works. So don't be afraid to use colors and patterns together that you actually think and feel they don't go together. Sometimes there are reasons why they might even actually work. So I have created layers behind my photo, and now I'm trying to fill in empty spaces. I'm opening my box of die cuts from that I usually use when I create my project live, and that I always pull out when I create layouts. And I think what I'm really struggling with is the fact that there is this gap between the pie and the photo cluster. I want to bridge that gap, and I don't really know how. And then I have this, there's this one green star, and then I think it says shine maybe, or I don't know, the banner from Vicky Booten. And then I'm going into that set again, and I find that there's even more banners, and that is when I think, at least, this all comes together even better. And so adding those banners underneath makes this, it connects the pie with the photo cluster. Perfect. I love it. And I wasn't sure if I was going to include the rocket, but I really liked how it again connects the photo clusters to the title. I love the "You Are My Favorite," but it just didn't work. I didn't really think I needed any more die cuts than the ones I had already. I start the title with a blue one. Yeah, again, I love that I was able to pull out the color from the pipe piece and put it onto the outer background, so to speak. And this part up here, that was where I struggled a bit. I struggled because I felt like I needed to close the circle. So there's this huge circle, but then up there, there's nothing. And you will see on the close-up photos and in the end how I solved this problem. I'm not solving it on the video because I gave up. I said, okay, it's done. I am going to change out the colorful letters from the color in the title because, again, I think they're not bold enough to compete against the background. And you will see what I used right now. Here is a close-up photo. I used the Pink Fresh Studio stickers, and here is a close-up of the banners. And I actually added black splatters up there, and I closed off the photo with some balloons on the right. I really, really love how this turned out. I'm so glad I tried it. Okay, so now you go and try this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you soon. Until then, bye.